Okay, everyone, I think, I believe, and I hope that we are live because this is our third time trying. Hello, everyone. I'm Nick Demos, the director of Invisible, and this is our Invisible Live. I have a special guest today. Kenisha Fletcher is with us. She's been so patient in the backstage green room. Welcome, Felicia. Kenisha. I just called you Felicia again. Kenisha.
It's okay. It's okay. How are you?
Well, a little frazzled, obviously, from the live, but I'm here, right? We're all here.
Right. It's okay. We're here. It's fine.
There's lots bigger stuff going on in the world than getting on a live, right?
Exactly. We're okay. We're here. We're
So, a while ago, and audience members, if you may or may not remember this, but oh gosh, this is going back quite a few years now. We set out a request for people out in the world to submit their videos for the film, and we had lots of submissions. And Kenisha's came in. It was really powerful and really great, and so we chose her, one of hers, to
wow.
be a cameo in the film. And so we're really, really honored to have you as a part of the film. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Um,
I'm home.
I want to go back though to a time in your life, January 23rd, 2005.
Yes.
How did your life change at that time, in that moment, on that day?
My baby was born, and that was my oldest son, and the fact that um he was born changed my entire life because my kids are my lifeline. Like, I do everything for them. That day was a pivotal moment for me because at that moment I wasn't supposed to have children. So when I had
Mm.
children, it was like, oh my gosh, my first baby. Yes, I have a child. So it's a blessing that changed a lot. It gave me such a big push in life.
Yeah. And physically, what was happening with you, however?
Physically, um, I went through a lot before I was even pregnant, and I was not supposed to have children. So I was battled health issues and never knew what they were. And after each well, I should say after each child. So after I had my oldest, my health declined, and I didn't know what was wrong with me. But at that time, I had fibromyalgia and didn't even know it. So
Yeah.
um, having children was a big. Having my oldest son was very hard for me, and I didn't know it. So it was rough, but it was worth it, of course.
So what were some of those symptoms that you were experiencing? For anybody out there who may be like, well, maybe I have fibro, I'm not really sure.
Let's see. Not really paying attention at that time because I was just a big, let me go to the doctor, let them help me, kind of thing. Some of the things that I was experiencing was, I'd say I was always tired, which I am now.
Mhm.
Um, and probably why I look the way I do. I'm actually in the middle of a flare as we speak. Um,
Mm,
yeah, I'm like super tired. Let's see. Tiredness, just all over body pain that I could never describe to people that people always thought was because I was young. Oh, there's nothing wrong with you, that kind of thing. You're too young. You can't be tired. And I'm like super tired, super weak. It's like I couldn't even gain enough energy to feel like to take care of myself is what I guess in a sense. Um, Other symptoms, headaches, nausea. Let me see. Let me think, because I am in the middle of a flare, so forgive my fibro fog.
Oh,
Um,
I understand. Yes, of course.
so forgive my fibro fog, but I love helping people and I love the awareness of fibro. So sometimes my words can flow freely, but sometimes they do not. Um,
Well, we appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Thank you. You're very welcome. I would didn't want to miss it. I was super excited. I love bringing awareness. Yeah, so I would just say a multitude of different symptoms, and I know everybody has different symptoms, but majority of us have the same symptoms. Just not getting enough energy, and regardless of how long I slept, was just that was a really big one. Pain that I could never describe to anyone that now I can freely, especially blogging and writing stuff down. I love to make it come to life to let people know how I really feel.
So then when were you diagnosed and what did it feel like to finally get a diagnosis?
Let's see, I was not diagnosed until around, I believe it was November, was it around November? In 2013. And I went through multiple doctors. I had multiple multiple blood work done, trying to see if I had any autoimmune diseases, to rule out like rheumatoid and things of that nature. I was poked multiple times when they were doing the 11-point test out of the 18. I know I had over the 11, but I don't even think they do the 11-point test anymore. Um, I did that twice. So I was re-diagnosed in 2016, because I switched doctors and was taking another path in my holistic natural health journey. And I was re-diagnosed again, with fibromyalgia with the 11-point test out of the 18 again. And it was after my blood work just said that, hey, yeah, you have fibro. Like they even did the Lyme's test and everything. It was that all came back now.
And how did that
So,
feel?
um, it was to the first time it was hard. The very first time I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, it was very hard because I felt alone. I felt sad. I felt depressed.
Mm.
I felt so much anxiety. It was like, what is wrong with me? What is fibromyalgia? Why do I have to feel like this? But all at the same time, it was, but at least I have a name to it. And I'm one of those
Yeah,
people that I've made a post before that I don't understand why people say fibromyalgia is just a name. Well, didn't they make up names for everything else? Like, where did
true.
they come from the names for everything else? Like, it means something. It doesn't mean they're just putting a name to it. They put a name to everything else. So because they put fibromyalgia to this particular condition does not mean that it's nothing wrong with us. So for me to have a diagnosis the very first time was humbling but sad, and it changed my life. And I decided I did not want people to be alone like I was, and I decided to make an Instagram, and here I am, and I am humbled and excited and blessed, and I just feel so happy to be able to help people. So
Yeah,
yeah.
you've helped lots of people. You're big over on the grams. We've been following you for quite some time, and you really are helping people. One of the things you talk about is that the doctors in the medical industry don't always know best. Sometimes
No.
they do, but not
Yeah.
always.
Yeah.
And what advice would you have for somebody for sort of taking control of your own life?
Advice that I would have to say to take control of your own life is I've come up with this new thing. I always say now, I am the pilot of my own destination. So I know exactly where I want to go. I know now in my life that I want to be natural, I want to be holistic, and I want to take that route. My doctor is my co pilot. My doctor is there to guide me and help me to get where I need to be. So, first, I feel like we need to sit down and figure out, okay, yes, I have fibromyalgia, but where do I want to be? Do I want to be on meds? Do I want to work out? Do I want to lose weight? Do I want to gain weight? Do I want to, how do you want to feel? So figure that out first. And once you do, your doctor is there to help you. If you don't want to do certain things, you don't have to. If there are things that you're interested in doing, mention them to the doctor, write it down, bring it up and see if it will benefit you. Make your own path. You know where you want to go. You just need guidance. So I'm a firm believer of now and telling people to be your own pilot. Just let your doctor be your co-pilot.
I love that analogy. That's really beautiful. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah, really good. One of the things that you experienced, and I know that so many people with fibro do, are comorbidities. You have additional um, diagnoses that
you.
affect your fibro. Can you talk a bit about those comorbidities?
Yes, so one of them that I am actually struggling with today. So forgive me as slurring my words. You're actually catching me in a flare, so you get the full effect of fibro today. Um, Actually, right now I am in a fibromyalgia flare, and I also have Crohn's disease. Um, Among other things, I have facet joint arthritis. I also have a high gluten sensitivity. I'm pretty much celiac. I can't do cross contamination. Those are really big ones that I have that really do not help with fibro. I always explain to people, you know, when you were younger and you had the bubble guts and you were really nervous before you did something when you were little and then you had to go to the bathroom, right? So I explain it to people like this. I have fibromyalgia and then I have Crohn's disease. So if I am that bubble gut person all day long that just deals with pain all day, every day, and it causes other issues. Fibromyalgia does not help my Crohn's in any way, shape, or form. It heightens absolutely every symptom and every problem that I have. Meanwhile, as we speak, I am nauseous because my fibromyalgia flare has me on 1000. So that means that my stomach is like super nauseous. And at any given moment, I don't know what could happen to me, whether I could be in the bathroom because I am very blunt and open, or it could come out either way. Either it just may happen.
So how do you keep, because you're a very positive human, how do you keep that mental mindset or that mind frame at such a heightened state?
If it took a long time to get here,
Yeah.
because trust me, when I tell my followers I get you and I understand you, I have had thoughts that you would not believe. Um, it took a long time, but when you really realize that the only reason that I am literally still sitting here talking to you today is because of me, not anyone else. Um, yes, I have help, but if it wasn't for me pushing to get the help or pushing for me to do the things that I need to do to still be here, I wouldn't be here. So mindset transformation is a very big thing for me. I try to push people to be as positive as possible. I also realize and tell people that when you're positive and you're happy, it boosts your serotonin, which in return helps your immune system. So why not be happy? Um, why not be free? Why not be bubbly about it? Yes, we all have our days, but there's no need in me moping around and acting like I can't do anything for myself. So why not be happy, free, and just lovable and love life so I can just at least feel as normal as possible?
Yeah, what I'm hearing you say is that it's a choice in each moment
Yes,
because despite the circumstances you've been given,
yes,
you've made some choices that not only will enhance the pain, will help you with the pain, but also help you on a day-to-day basis be strong, be
yes,
open, still
yes,
be I don't want to say still be functioning, but still be in the world as best you possibly
yes,
can, and in a way that is
yes.
that, so I,
Most
I I
definitely.
think I think that's super brave, and super strong. So you've gone on to help so many people. At what point did you say, I got to do this. I got to go public, and I got to make this invisible illness, as we say over here, visible. What in you said I got to do this?
I think it's just one, sorry, me, it's just, I think just who I am. When I realized that, and my husband can tell you too, he's been live with me on my Instagram, um, realizing that family and my own husband didn't believe that I was going through everything that I was going through. It was like I was lazy and I didn't want to do anything, or it wasn't that bad. not possibly head to toe, and people look at you funny. And I'm younger, I'm 37 now, but before it was like, um, you're too young. I still get it till this day, but
Yeah.
all the late night cryings I did, all the, you know, the panic attacks I had, and I was like, you know what? I can't have other people do this by themselves anymore. So at least if I make an Instagram page and it's on social media, social media, I believe it was in 2013 as well, was kind of getting big. And I was like, regardless of whether I have one follower, two followers, it doesn't matter. I'm going to help as many people as I possibly can because I don't want them to feel alone. I'm going to answer my DMs. I'm going to help people. And that's exactly what I did. And the bigger it got, the more I kept looking at my husband and I was like, oh my gosh, it's growing. It's not the fact that I had like, it wasn't the numbers. The numbers to me were, look how many people I'm helping. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, to get people in the middle of the night to message me for me to help them stay awake to save their lives. And I'm like over here, like, it's okay, like 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, speaking to people in the UK. And I'm like, okay. My husband's like, are you going to bed? I can't. This person's having a bad, this person's having a bad day. I just cannot leave people feeling alone. And I was like, you know what? This is what I'm doing. And I never expected it to grow as big as it did. But if I'm helping people, I'm loving it. So I'm happy.
Yeah, I love that. And that's, not dissimilar to our purpose of the film, right? Is to help, it's obviously to help people. That first and foremost, before anything else, it's to help people. And if one person is helped by it, then that's everything, right? That's everything. So I really honor that work that you're doing. If somebody wanted to follow you, and I know they're gonna now, they're absolutely gonna want to follow you over there on the Instagrams now. Where would they reach you? What is your handle over there?
Fibromyalgia awareness.
It's,
And that is all. Like, I'm tickled pink because that also means to me that I was one of the first ones
I was
to
gonna
make
say
that.
you have got to have been super early to get
Yes,
fibromyalgia awareness.
yes. I realized that a little later on because everything I got originally of fibromyalgia awareness, I didn't have to put a one behind it. I didn't have to add numbers or a dot or an underscore or anything. So I was super excited to realize that I was one of the first ones to actually start the Instagram.
OG in the house, the
I
OG right here.
I am so, I am so like I am excited. Like I'm so excited. I didn't realize that until a couple years ago, and it was like, oh my God, I was actually one of the first ones to start it because my Instagram handle is literally fibromyalgia awareness, and that is all.
I love it. Okay, so one final question for you, and that is, if somebody, speaking of OG or new, if somebody was newly diagnosed, what words of wisdom or advice might you be able to offer them?
Now, in my new path, in my new journey of learning more things on my holistic side, my first thing that I would say, and also being a life coach, is to embrace the fact that you actually have it. Because if we don't, we suffer internally trying to figure out why, for what, why me, uh, how long is it going to work? When if we embrace it, granted, it's easier said than done when we first realize we have it. But if we can just embrace it and say, okay, I have this. Now, where do I want to go? Where's my destination? Now it's time to be your pilot. I get that we have it, but now it's time to buckle down and say, okay, I'm going to sit in this pilot chair and let's figure out where me and this co-pilot are about to go. So I feel like that will help a lot mentally because you're not focused on the negative. You're focused on going forward and where you want to be. And there's no possible way that if you embrace it, that you won't learn about it. And to learn about it actually helps you. So I'm all for learning about your illnesses and you internally. So if you can learn about your health, which is fibro, and you're new to it, embrace it. I'm not saying you have to love it, but embrace it so you can understand it and find your own path. Because I know fibro sucks. I cannot stand it, but I will tell you, in order to at least love yourself from the inside out, you have to embrace it so we can move forward.
Thank you. That's beautiful. And I see now, I already did, but now I really see why people really follow you for this inspiration. And obviously, they can come and coach with you as well. You're a life coach, as you said.
Yeah.
And is there a website you want to direct them to, or should they follow you on IG first?
I
Where do you want them to go?
I say they should just follow me on IG. I do have a link tree in there because I do now, which I am so happy about. Having my professional body healing coach certification is awesome to me to be able to add meditation in all of that in the healing process with fibro because just the relaxing of the nerves is amazing. Breath work is amazing, and I can't wait for people to use it. I cannot wait. Oh, I would love to do that with you guys in December. I would love to do that if we could do that beforehand. Just breath work would just be awesome. But yes, like I love helping people. I don't know if you can tell, like I get super excited with helping people. It's a thing for me. So I would say follow my Instagram, and I do have a link tree in my Instagram to be able to help people in all sorts of ways. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah, so
would be the
you know, right, that I've been a breathwork teacher for 15 years.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Yeah, we should definitely do that.
for 15 years. Yeah. So it's a passion of mine. It is something that
Really?
has really shifted my life. I've been a yoga teacher and a meditation teacher,
Oh my,
but
awesome.
pranayama was my primary focus, which is breath work, ancient breath work. I went really, really studied with a teacher deeply, and yeah, I've been teaching it for about 15 years.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
yeah. It really shifted my life, and it's really great for fibromyalgia because it takes you sort of out of the hyper state of the sympathetic nervous system, that fight or flight, and it
Yes,
moves you into the parasympathetic state of rest and digest. And when you do
yes.
it on a regular basis, it helps regulate your system. It takes you out of deregulation into a more regulated state.
Yes,
And it's super powerful. And I'm going to be
yes,
sharing that obviously as we go further forward. But yeah, I
yes,
couldn't agree with you
yes,
more. Let's put it that way.
yes. I love it. I love it. I so love it. I love it. It's so helpful, so powerful, and I wish more people would just embrace that side of them a little more because that intense, like the pain that I'm feeling now, like every single nerve in my body, like on my nerve endings, I feel prickly. I feel
Yeah.
really prickly all over, and I just feel like I want to just get up and run somewhere, but I can't, if that makes sense, because I don't have the energy to. But my nerves are all over the place. I feel like I want to get up and run, but I don't have the energy to. And then
Yeah.
I'm nauseous. It's just a whole big thing. So to be able to just do breath work, to just calm all that down, when people can just learn to do those things to calm your mind and just breathe and just focus on you and your life, then and just how important you are to yourself and just how loving you can be to your own self, it's a whole nother feeling that you can have inside to just feel a little bit of warmth inside about yourself to feel a little bit better just for five
Yeah.
seconds
Just for a few moments, right? And
Yes,
even if it
right.
even if it takes the pain from a 10 to a 9, right?
Exactly. That's a lot.
That's a
That's a lot.
lot.
That is a
That's a
lot
lot.
to me.
Yeah.
10 to 9 is a lot. It's an awful lot. It's a lot,
Yeah.
especially on days like today. 10 to 9
Yeah.
is amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
I
It's
really, really, really appreciate you being here, and especially being in a flare. I honor you, and just really appreciate that you came today and shared your wisdom and your knowledge and a bit of your story. And everyone's going to go run over to Fibromyalgia Awareness. I mean, come on.
right.
Fibromyalgia Awareness on Instagram, and follow you, Kenisha, not Felicia, Kenisha. It's the Fletcher with the k, but I got the
It's
f.
okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's funny. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's
my
perfectly
own
fine.
my own brain stuff. That's dyslexia, but
It's okay.
that's
It's
a whole other
perfectly fine.
conversation.
I get it. It's perfectly fine. I'm surprised I didn't slur my words more today. I was trying to slow down. So I think I was okay today. I'm happy I was
You were
okay.
awesome.
Thank
Um,
you.
and for everyone out there, yeah, be sure to follow Kenisha. And yes, The film will be premiering in New York City on December 9th. There'll be more information about how you can be involved in that coming up very, very soon. And we're so excited to share this 7 years worth of work, determination, grit to make this film happen with all of you very, very soon. I'll be back next week with some more folks to chat with in the fibromyalgia community that you definitely want to get to know. We'll be seeing you very, very soon. Thank you all. Thank you, Kenisha. Talk to you all soon.
You have a
Bye.
good day. See you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.